My mother-in-law insists my kids aren't my husband's, and her manipulation almost got my son hurt. I never thought I'd end up telling a story like this, but I guess everyone has their limit. My mother-in-law has always had a problem with me, though she hides it behind smiles and helpful comments. From the moment our first child was born, she made these subtle, needling remarks that somehow always hit their mark. She'd say things like, "He doesn't really look like my son," or, "Are you sure babies don't change later? Maybe he'll resemble his real father eventually." Always in that sing-song voice, like she was joking. Always with just enough sweetness to make me look crazy if I pointed it out. Over the years, she became an expert at undermining me without ever raising her voice. If she visited our house, she'd quietly rearrange my kitchen because it makes more sense this way. She'd take the kids from my arms and say, "Come to Grandma, Mommy's always so stressed." She'd correct my parenting decisions in front of people, but with that innocent face, as if she was doing me a favor. And when my husband wasn't around, the little digs would get sharper, more personal, more aimed at making me feel like an outsider in my own family. What made it harder was how she treated my husband. She'd whisper things to him when she thought I couldn't hear. "Doesn't it bother you that she's so defensive?" Or, "I just worry, those kids don't really look like you." She never outright accused me of anything, but she planted doubts the way you'd plant weeds, quietly, relentlessly, waiting for them to take root. And even though my husband always defended me, I could tell he was getting worn down by her constant insinuations. Then last week happened. We were at her house for lunch. I was feeding our daughter while our 4-year-old son was playing with a ball in the living room. He asked if he could go outside. I said no for the moment. I wanted to finish feeding the baby so I could go with him. The backyard opens right onto the driveway, and the gate doesn't latch well. It's not unsafe if someone's watching him, but I didn't want him out there alone. My mother-in-law gave me that thin, polite smile and said, "Oh, let him get some fresh air. Mommy worries too much." Before I could even put the spoon down, she had already ushered him outside. I called after her, but she waved me off like I was being dramatic. A couple minutes later, I heard a loud screech. My heart dropped. I ran outside and saw my son standing frozen near the driveway, just inches away from a delivery motorcycle that had slammed on its brakes. The driver looked pale. My son looked terrified. And my mother-in-law, the woman who told me she would watch him, was standing on the porch, nowhere near him, staring like the whole thing was an inconvenience. I grabbed my son and pulled him back, shaking. I asked her what happened, why she wasn't watching him. She shrugged. Actually shrugged. And then she said, in the most dismissive tone I've ever heard, "If he really were your husband's child, maybe you wouldn't be so dramatic." That was the moment something inside me just snapped. Every comment, every manipulation, every deliberate little cut she'd made over the years, all of it crashed down. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just said we were leaving. I packed the kids into the car, told my husband we were done for the day, and we left. When my husband asked what happened, I told him everything, word for word. For the first time, I saw something break in him too, the illusion he'd been holding on to, the hope that maybe his mother just didn't know how she sounded. He confronted her later, and of course she cried. Claimed I twisted her words. Claimed I was making her look bad. Claimed she was only trying to help and I was ungrateful. Then, when that didn't work, she doubled down, said I was manipulating her son, that I hated her, that I was trying to cut her out of her grandchildren's lives because I knew the truth about who they really look like. My husband told her we're going low contact until she apologizes and acknowledges what she's done. She refused. I don't know what will happen next. I just know that the moment I saw that motorcycle stop inches from my child, something changed permanently. I can handle her comments about me. I can handle her whispers and her fake innocence. But the second her bitterness and manipulation put my son in danger, all bets were off. I'm done pretending. I'm done absorbing her cruelty just to keep the peace. And if she wants a relationship with us in the future, she's going to have to face what she's done, really face it. But for now, all I feel is relief that my son is safe, and that my husband finally sees her for who she really is.